Of people lining up at a police recruitment center have become the latest victims of a suicide bombing in Iraq. 25 people are now reported to have been killed. Police say the bomber detonated himself among recruits gathered near a checkpoint outside the center in the town of Fallujah, west of Baghdad. 50 other people were wounded. Police stations and recruiting posts have been a target of Sunni and Al-Qaeda fighters.
Around 65 kilometres away in Baghdad, the new security plan has now been underway for over 100 days. There's a new general, tens of thousands more troops on the streets, but more US soldiers are dying now than ever before than the plan began. In fact, the May toll was the highest since November 2004. 3,461 US soldiers have been killed since the war started in 2003. 122 of those soldiers died this month. That's over 3 times as many as the figure for May 2003, just after the invasion. That month, 37 were killed. In both 2004 and 2005, despite a peak in attacks on US soldiers, the death tolls remained stable. 80 troops died in May of each year. In 2006, the number of US soldiers killed was slightly down. 69 died in May that year. But since the security plan was implemented in February, it seems that the death toll is rising again. Iraq's correspondent Hoda Abdul Hamid explains.
Of Iran is again caught in controversy, saying the countdown for Israel's destruction has started.
Iran's marking the 18th anniversary of the death of Grand Ayatollah Khomeini, known as the father of Iran's Islamic Revolution in 1979.
Well, Iran's supreme leader now, Ayatollah Khomeini, paid his respects at Khomeini's shrine and said Iran wouldn't cave in to Western demands that his country stop its nuclear program.
Our Tehran correspondent Ali Reza Renahi says that Ayatollah Khomeini's speech to mark the anniversary was not as hard-hitting as in the past. Laden is alive and well and issuing orders to his commanders. That's the message from the new military leader of the Taliban in Afghanistan. Speaking exclusively to Al Jazeera, Haji Mansour Dadullah, whose brother led military operations for the Taliban until his death earlier this year, says he's received a letter of condolence from bin Laden.
Sheikh Osama bin Laden is alive and active. He's carrying out his duties. The latest proof that he is alive and well is that he sent me a letter of condolences after the martyrdom of my brother, and he advised me to follow my brother's path. He also appealed to the Muslims to follow the footsteps of the deceased Mullah Dadullah, because he was a mujahid, and God has granted him his wish, martyrdom. God's willing, his blood will be fire on the enemies, and we will be victorious. Sheikh Osama prefers not to be seen or meet anyone, because if he makes himself available to the media, maybe he will be facing danger. His presence is an honor to all of us. We don't want to lose him. I also ask him not to meet anyone and remain in hiding and continue to give his instructions to the commanders so that Al-Qaeda would remain alive and continue its activities all over the world.
Palestinians have been marking the 40th anniversary of the Middle East War. Israel won a resounding victory in 1967, but the consequences of that conflict have determined the fate of the Palestinians ever since. Owen Fay reports on how Palestinians have been remembering.